Hello, everyone. My name is Bianca the Girls Gate, and I want to talk today about the battle of good and evil in the spiritual world right now that a lot of people are talking about. I'm gonna ask for a message from Spirit, and we'll go from there. So take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. Hmm. This is to help everyone that listens to this call that is feeling like it's being attacked by negative energy. The battle of light and evil, or dark and evil, dark and light. Hmm. My guess is there is a battle, but it's not the battle we think it is. The battle is more or less like self loading inside us. It's good and evil, but we're made of good and evil. We have both parts. We have both messages. We have both choices. We can choose good or evil. It's all the same because this world was made in a duality. And the duality is that you have the choice. You have the choice to be good or you have the choice to be bad. So the chaos that's occurring right now in the world, the battle of good and evil that's been going on for centuries, this battle is just as much on the inside as the outside. It's not happening to you, it's happening inside of you. And yes, some people will say, but I have demon attacks. I have attacks like energy attacks. They wake me up at night. They keep me up all night. They drive me crazy. But that's part of you as well. That's something that maybe in another lifetime we might have contracted. We might have asked for a dark being that we could contract with. We might have asked them to limit us in certain things, to limit us so we wouldn't show our light as much, so we wouldn't shine as bright, so we wouldn't be the light worker that we are. So we wouldn't be the spirit that we are, the bright spirit, because everybody else didn't seem comfortable with that. Everybody else didn't want us to shine this brightly. So we contracted someone to keep us in line because we didn't think we could on our own. The thing is, we're much stronger than them. This is like a video game. This is like if you were playing Roblox and some of your friends decide to be on the bad team, villains, and some of you are the good guys. Some are police, some are light workers, some are the good guys, and some are the villains. And so there's an understanding in between the two of you. We have to go back to the book of Enoch where it's slightly explained where it says some of the angels fell into the earth and fell in love with humanity and fell in love with the woman and the men that were human. And because of this, God got very angry and cast them as demons. And demons are fallen angels. Doesn't mean they're good. They drink despair, they feed on despair, they feed on bad, they feed on fear. So when they're around us, we might go to our darkest fear, our deepest thought, our deepest fear that we didn't know that's inside of ourselves. The one that wakes us up screaming at night. That's the one. That's a good sign that you've got some of these spirits around you. But you're stronger than them. Your God spark inside of you is much, much stronger than them. And the one thing they don't like at all that makes them very, very uncomfortable is love. Pure, pure love. And one way to deal with that is to realize that you've asked for their help somehow. At some point in time during the multiple lifetime, if you believe in that you were going through. And they're trying to make you live something negative. They're trying to shape you in some way through the fire or hell. They're trying to shape you as a stronger person. They're trying to put you under fire so they can shape you as a stronger person, like you would somebody forming glass. They put them in the fire in the embers and they make it malleable, and then it's shaped, and then it becomes a beautiful piece of art. Well, the same thing with us. It's the same game with us. The only thing is we have to learn to deal with them. And one way to learn to deal with them is to speak to them, to let them know, to thank them for the job that they've did, to thank them for what they've done so far. They were trying to shape us, they were trying to do what we asked them to do. They were being friends under bad guys. They were being friends that were playing the meanie, and they were playing it well. Well, thank you for that. Now you can go. Now I'm done with that. Now I let go of the contract and I release you. I release you. And I look at myself and I go in and I send myself love. I send myself love from my heart. So I go into my heart and I look for a star in there, a beautiful little star, shining bright. And there it is. That's my gut spark. And I go into it and I breathe in and I breathe out. And I breathe in and I breathe out. And as I'm breathing in and out, this low spark is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And if they don't leave, I'd let them know that I'm going to make this low spark of light bigger and bigger and bigger. And I will send them all the love I can muster, because even though they're demons, they look like beautiful dragons. Even though they're evil, they were trying to help us all along. They were trying to shape us, even though they didn't know we were done. So we won't let them break us. We won't let them win. We will go into our low spark, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out, and make this low spark a little bit bigger than our body. And as we breathe it in and breathe it out, we can see this little spark getting a little bit bigger than our aura. And as we're breathing in and breathing out, we can see this little spark becoming a big, large tunnel, and we can see it going in down into the ground, into the central sun, and into Mother Earth, up into the sky and down into the ground. Up into the sky and down into the ground, up into the sky and down into the ground. And we will be silent for a few seconds as we're activating our God spark. So breathe in and breathe out. And let go of all your fears, all your emotions that are attached to it. Recognize your emotions. Say, yeah, I had to recognize that I had this fear. Thank you for letting me know that. Thank you for letting me know that I had this fear of losing something that really, really isn't my choice, or really, really isn't mine to choose, or really, I don't think it's going to happen. I had this deep, deep fear, and that was interesting. Now I will work on that, and I will send myself love there. Really. And that's what they did to feed themselves. So, they were nice about it. They didn't feed on it all the time. They just fed on it some of the time. So thank you for that. And I let them know that their contract with us is over. Any contracts that they might have, any contracts, any agreements that we might have, I let it go. And I send them light. I send them love. And I let them know that they can go back to their own country. They can go back to their own world. They can go back to where they came from. And I'm shining my light high and low, low and high and low. And I deep breathe as I receive this activation. Think about all the fears that have come up for you. Think about everything you're afraid of that might happen, might not happen. All the buts, all the what if, all the yes, but, this could really happen. Because as you focus on a fear, you bring it closer to yourself. And you have to realize you create this world, the negative world, as much as the positive world. When you get bored, you get attached to that fear, and we get focused by that fear. Oh my God, we're mesmerized by it. And we have to love ourselves, because that's our old brain kind of going, oh, look out, trying to keep you alive here. But really, in this world, we don't need this part unless there's a bear chasing us. And that could happen. But right now, we don't need it. We are ready to let it go. So we take our brain and we take our body for that emotion. And we actually sit down and look at it and recognize it and acknowledge that it's there. But we release it out into the sun, out into the central sun, and we say, I am letting it go. I'm burning it up, I'm letting it go. And I'm going into my heart of courage and I'm letting that go. Hmm. And I'm feeling the love and I'm forgiving myself for all of the fears I might have brought on from this lifetime or other lifetime, from this world or other worlds I might have lived in, from this timeline to other timeline. I send myself forgiveness and love. I was only trying to protect myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all the work you did. Thank you for making me grow. Thank you for teaching me all the lessons that you did. Without this negative event, I would not have been able to do it. Thank you for all the lessons. I release you now. I let you go. As you do this, you go into your heart space, you thank your guides and your angel, and you ask them for assistance and guidance and protection if you need it. And you send them love from your heart. And I will tell you, you will see those dragons, those demons get very, very small. Dragons and demons are not the same. They're different. I get that. But the demons kind of look like dragons sometimes. More like they can look like dragons. But you can see that they're very small. We're eternal beings as well. And we have eternal light in our soul. And that's what keeps us strong. So we take them and we let them go and we flick them off. They can go to either the next function they want to go to, or they can go to another world. They can go back to whence they came. Thank you for what you did, but we're letting you go. Now you get up. We're letting you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we get out our angel wings. Because I do believe that all the light workers or all the gifted beings in the world might have a little bit of angel blood in them. Just a little bit flowing through. So we thank them for their gift. We thank them for who they be. And we take all these energies and we bring them back into our chakras. And we re-equilibrium, we rebalance all the energy within our chakras, within our soul space, within the heart chakra, Mother Earth. And we surround ourselves with this beautiful energy of love. And our flower of life. And our sacred blueprint. And we finish it with a beautiful star, beautiful God spark that comes all the way down into our heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If it's time for you to go back to your activities of the day, you feel energized now and you go on. And if it's time for you to go to sleep, you let go and release, and you keep releasing, and we would thank you for being here. Bianca de Grosier, doing sacred activations. Thank you, thank you, thank